Good evening. RCA News Bulletin at 7. I'm Augustine Sa reporting. In the headlines, Bombay County Senator Edwin Snow expresses dismay over President Joseph Walker's delay to appoint individuals to strategic positions in his government. Former presidential candidate Simeon Freeman calls for more budgetary support to Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency under the Walker administration. Justice Minister Designate Councillor Kura threatens lawsuit against businessman Edgar Cindy for alleged damage of his character. And off the home front, gunmen in southwest Nigeria have released six school children and three teachers who they kidnapped nearly a week ago. Those were the top stories. Now the news in detail. Bombay County Senator Erin Snow has expressed dismay over President Joseph Walker's delay to appoint individuals to strategic positions since his inauguration. Senator Snow said he's not impressed and called on President Walker to use his presidential power to appoint those individuals to keep the country agenda moving. The Bombay County Senator believes that President Walker may be under some political pressure in terms of appointment, but said key appointments should have been settled prior to his inauguration. Snow also wondered why some key individuals from the Unity Party who campaigned for President Walker are yet to be named. He spoke on OKFN Morning Show in Monrovia on Monday. Former presidential candidate Simeon Freeman has called for more budgetary support to the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency under the Walker administration. The Movement for Progressive Change political leaders called follows President Walker's declaration of drugs and substance abuse as a public health emergency and establishing a multi-sectorial steering committee against drugs. Freeman said the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency is the only institution that can fight drugs in the country rather than establishing another body that will limit the workings of the LDEA. The MPC political leader believes the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency established by the legislature must be seriously funded through the national budget to perform its mandate. Simeon Freeman further noted that the LDEA officers are already trained to fight drugs and once they are prioritized, respected, and supported, the drugs rate will be minimized. He made a statement Monday on a local radio talk show in Monrovia. Justice Minister Designate Councillor Kura has threatened a lawsuit against businessman Edgar Cindy for damages to his character. Cindy, the CEO of Marco, a rubber trading company, has reportedly been on a smear campaign accusing Councillor Kura of owing him about 58,000 United States dollars from the proceeds of a case they won at the Supreme Court some 14 years ago. Now, speaking to RCA News over the weekend, the Justice Minister Designate Robert the claims as a blackmailed only intended to jeopardize his confirmation at the Liberian Senate. Councillor Kobokra, a learned Liberian lawyer, was recently nominated by President Joseph Walker as Justice Minister of Liberia. He has since come under attack by Edgar Cindy using the media to besmear his character. Councillor Kura told the station that anytime he's nominated for public office, Cindy will reawaken the story what happened 14 years ago. The same story came up in 2018 when he was nominated as Minister of Post and Telecommunications, and Edgar Cindy could not prove his claims before the Senate, something that led to his confirmation. He said his lawyers are reviewing the circumstances and the extent of the damage and will pursue any legal remedy available to him in order to lay Cindy's four claims to rest. At the same time, Councillor Cooper said the transaction with Edgar Cindy was to provide him legal service, which he did, and is yet to receive the full payment of 120,000 United States dollars from the cause of judgment in the tune of 600,000 United States dollars. He said of the 600,000 United States dollars, The court was able to collect 105,000, of which $300,000 was given to him. The Armed Forces of Liberia has commenced activities leading to the 67th Armed Forces Day celebration on February 11. This year's Armed Forces Day celebration kicked off with a 7.5 km run from Catholic Junction in Congo Town to the BTC barrack in Monrovia. Giving an overview of the kick-off activity over the weekend, the AFL Chief of Public Affairs, Stephen Tabla, said the run was intended to affiliate and build confidence in citizens to see the Army as a professional and law-abiding body. According to him, the 7.5 kilometer run was in memory of one of their fallen heroes, Lieutenant Colonel Venus Dean, who died some years back. The run was graced by personnel of the AFL, persons with disabilities, Liberia National Police, and civilians. This year's Armed Forces Day is being celebrated under the theme Sustaining Our Democracy. Reports said there is immense and sustained pressure being mounted on President Joseph Boakai to remove heads of integrity institutions as a way to create vacancies in favor of those who voted for him. According to sources, the intent of President Joseph Boakai to wage war on corruption may suffer a major setback due to his pressure. According to one of the sources, President Boakai is not opposed to the idea of removing any of them, but he does not want to rubbish his credibility in the name of bad politics that will rob the country from the services of competent hands. The concept of turning serves to protect heads of integrity institutions from political interferences and allowed them to carry out their duties impartially, and removing this protection could undermine the credibility of these institutions and hindered the ability to effectively combat corruption. The integrity institutions, such as the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the Liberia Internet Audit Agency, the Financial Intelligence Agency, the Liberia Extractive Integrity Transparency Initiative, Public Procurement Commission, and the General Auditing Commission are all protected by training. The potential removal of heads of integrity institutions, as reported by classified information and other media outlets, poses a significant threat to the fight against corruption in Liberia. On the sources who ask for anonymity, said President Joseph Boakai's commitment to combating corruption may be compromised if pressure mounts for the dismissal of these officials merely for political expediency. The laws governing the removal of tenure officials as enshrined in the legislation establishing them. Removal must be based on specific grounds such as conviction of fraud, corruption, or other financial crimes, personal or professional misconduct, mental or physical incapacity, failure to satisfy terms and conditions of service, or other just causes following due process. The patriotic entrepreneur of Liberia is called on the Boakai Kun-led government to prioritize Liberia's own business if they want their administration to succeed. Speaking in a press conference over the weekend, Patel National Chairman Dominic Nimbe said the past government failed to prioritize the liberalization policy, which gives Liberians exclusive right to certain businesses. According to them, it is frustrating to see foreign businesses doing wholesale and retail supplies, something he blamed the legislature for, namely for further stress that Liberians are tired being spectators in their own economy, while foreigners are the engineers of their businesses. The Patel chairman, among other things, called on the Boakai Kund administration to reveal the APN terminal, which he said is becoming the sole determiner of the prices of commodities in the Liberian market. This newscast is brought to you from the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast to you from Duport Row, outside of the nation's capital, Monrovia. And in foreign development, gunmen in southwest Nigeria have released 6 school children and 3 teachers who they kidnapped nearly a week ago. Authorities in Ikiti State on Sunday said a driver who was taken with them was killed. They did not say if a reason was paid to secure the children's freedom. Kidnappers had demanded more than 100,000. Videos shared online showed the school children looking tired and bewildered. They were expected to be taken to a local hospital for medical treatment and post-trauma therapy. Kidnappings are common in the north of Nigeria but have been spreading across the country. Well, that's RCI News Bulletin in detail. To end the recap of the top stories. Bombing County Senator Aaron Snow expresses dismay over President Joseph Walker's delay to appoint individuals to strategic positions since his inauguration. Former presidential candidate Simon Freeman calls for more budgetary support to the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency under the Walker's administration. Justice Minister Destiny Councillor Cooper Kura threatens lawsuit against businessman Edgar Snee for alleged damage to his character. And off the home front, gunmen in southwest Nigeria have released 6 school children and 3 teachers who they kidnapped nearly a week ago. That's RCI News Bulletin at 7. I'm Augustine Sir. Good evening.
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.